JMU Dukes are headed to the Marshall Thundering Herd in West Virginia. Now, Bob Chesney has done a really good job with continuing what he's been able to do when he was in lower ranking schools. Now, he got a divisional championship, went 23-9 at Division 3 South Regina Seahawks. He then moved to the Division II level with the Assumption Greyhounds, went 44-16 to conference championships. Then he went to the Holy Cross Crusaders and won 5 conference championships, 44-21. Now he's 16-5 currently at the James Madison Dukes, and they are currently in the hunt for a playoff spot. If Memphis stumbles, JMU is a pretty good lock to get in there. Now, Tony Gibson, after what was a horrible situation, comes in first year at Marshall, spent a lot of time at some good programs. He's 4-4 this year and got them going on a pretty good track. They have a really good defense, have a pretty decent offense. And let me tell you something, this team is showing some fight in them. Yeah, they're 4-4, but that doesn't mean that they're not somebody that you want to play around with. I mean, seriously, you don't want to play around with Marshall. They they're pretty scary. So we've got these two clashing in something that somewhere that James Madison can't stumble. They have to fight on. So we're going to cover this, especially considering that in the college football playoff rankings, Memphis isn't in the rankings. I'm looking at it right now. They're not in the rankings. So right now, none of the teams that are group of 5 are ranked. So that makes JMU's ascent even more important. Now, if you like group of 5 football, which I will admit that I should have covered JMU a little bit more often. If you like college football, hit like, hit subscribe. I follow college football. I also cover some other college sports, usually primarily women's college gymnastics. But hit like and subscribe because we're going to talk about these sports. I don't do recruiting, I don't do transfer portal, but I do cover the sports. So, here we go. Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video. And I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at the University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Neyland. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there. Now, the starting quarterback for JMU Dukes is Alonzo Barnett, 123 of 199. He's 61.8 completion rate, thrown 13 touchdowns, had 3 interceptions, been sacked 9 times. Not a bad offensive line. Pretty decent percentage in a lot of things. He's also backed up by Matthew Sluka, who's thrown 2. So they got 15 touchdowns through the air. Now, Wayne Knight is their leading rusher. 106 yards, or 106 carries, 659 yards, 59-yard long run, 5 touchdowns. Jordan Fuller, 72 carries, 386 yards, 4 touchdowns. Alonzo Barnett got 63 carries, 364 yards, got 10 touchdowns. So Alonzo Barnett is a heck of a lot of their offense. Matthew Sluka's rushed in for 2. J.C. Evans has gone in for 1. So they got 22 rushing touchdowns. But they're balanced enough to have a decent amount of receiving touchdowns, with Landon Ellis gotten 27 catches, 437 yards, 5 touchdowns. Nick DeGennaro has got 14 catches, 304 yards, 4 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns for Lakota Dupre, one for Logan Kyle, one each for Josh Pfeiffer, Isaiah Alston, and Zeron Collins. So that's their 15. Now, mind you, looking at this, Wayne Knight's got a 59-yard long run. Alonzo Barnett's got a 58-yarder. Landon Ellis got a 62. Nick Gennaro's got a 76-yarder. Wayne Knight's got 57-yarder. So they can do explosive plays. They got 23 sacks on opposing quarterbacks. That's not bad at all. 25 pass deflections, 9 interceptions. That's not bad. 3 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. That's a little weak. Something that needs to be taught a little bit more. Leading tackler is Trent Hendrick. 58 tackles, 3 sacks, 1 pass deflection, 1 forced fumble. Tyler Brown's got 47 tackles, 3 pass deflections, 1 interception. That's a safety. Jacob Thomas, another safety. Now, this always worries me when I look at a team that lets it get into the secondary so much that their safeties are leading tacklers. But Jacob Thomas got 40 tackles, 2 sacks. That's even scarier that your safety's got to come in for a sack. 4 pass deflections, 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble. It's a working man's defense, and the sacks are really good. Their secondary defense is not too bad. They just have one weakness, and that's that not being able to strip the ball from the opposing quarterback. They've got a slew of weapons offensively. Their offensive line's not too bad, but here's a weakness right here. Their penalties, 64 penalties, 592 yards, 74 yards per game. That's not a good look. This is a little bit of an undisciplined team. I'm pretty certain that Bob Chesney's not happy with that. And they need to learn how to strip the ball a little bit better. But the rest of the team looks pretty solid. I mean, you're looking at this is not a team that you need to worry about. They're other than discipline and other than that they need to learn how to strip that ball a little bit more often. And they shouldn't be relying on Lonzo Barnett quite as much. Shut him down, that could hurt you. But hey, it's a good overall team. Now, the Thundering Herd. Carlos Del Rio-Wilson is QB1, 111 of 157, 1,286 yards, got a completion rate of 70.7%. That's really nice. Thrown 13 touchdowns, had only 3 interceptions, been sacked 9 times. So quite similar to what's going on at James Madison, except that he's not got a backup quarterback that can throw a touchdown. So they've only got 13 touchdowns through the air. Now, rushing, same situation with James Madison. Carlos Del Rio-Wilson is their primary offense, but it's not as good. 104 carries, 414 yards, only 4 touchdowns. Antoine Roberts got 57 carries, 318 yards, 2 touchdowns. Michael Allen, 58 for 310, 3 touchdowns. Justin Williams Thomas has got 32 carries, 179 yards, 2 touchdowns. Deshaun Barbie, 36 for 132, 4 touchdowns. 1 each for Zion Turner and Jaquai Long, but those are quarterbacks. So 17 touchdowns on the ground. Not as strong on the ground either from the looks of it, but they've still got some dudes that can make some breakout plays. Antoine Roberts got a 54-yarder. Michael Allen's got a 68-yarder. Now, receiving, DeMarcus Lacey's got 40 catches, 508 yards, 68-yard long run, 4 touchdowns. Kobe Payne, 23 catches, 239, 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Tamarez, 16 for 187, 2 touchdowns, got a 44-yard long run. Adrian Norton, 14, 147, 3 touchdowns. 1 each for Michael Allen and Justin Williams Thomas. So that's their 13. Less of a scoring offense. Now, on defense, they got 21 sacks on opposing quarterbacks. That's not bad. 26 pass deflections, 10 interceptions, 3 of which they scored on. They've stripped the ball 7 times for forced fumbles and 6 fumble recoveries. That's a really good look. So they've got a slightly better defense, and that defense can score. Now, Kerryon Martin's got 46 tackles, 1.5 sacks, one pass deflection, one forced fumble. Javai Gilmore has got 44 tackles, one sack, two pass deflections, one forced fumble. Cam Smith got 40 tackles, two sacks, six pass deflections, one forced fumble. And you've also got Boogie Trotter. I love that name, Boogie Trotter. Yeah, 39 tackles, two pass deflections, five interceptions. Two of them returned back for touchdowns. He's got 133 yards, a defensive back that's 133 yards and two scores. One forced fumble, one fumble recovery. You're looking at, they've got a really good defense. This is Tony Gibson should be really proud of this defense. Penalty wise, somewhat also similar to James Madison, they've got 60 penalties, 521 yards, 65 yards per game. And they're undisciplined. They need to work on their discipline. But Carlos Del Rio-Wilson has been doing a lot of work. Now, Deshaun Barbie is out. Rashawn Carr, a linebacker, is out. Deshaun Barbie is a running back. And Michael Allen, another running back, is out. Now, this Thunder and Herd team has got a really good chance to do things with that defense. Their offense, they need to score a little bit better. But it's another solid team. This is what you build up to. First time head coach with the team that had to get put together kind of quickly. Hey, what they're doing is pretty good. I'm looking at both these teams. Both of these teams have got really good defenses. They're a little too undisciplined for my liking. JMU's got it better when it comes to scoring. And while, yes, you're looking at Alonzo Barton's got those 10 touchdowns rushing, he's also thrown the 13 touchdowns, but they've also got guys that can rush and do big plays. They've got a running back in Jordan Fuller who may not be doing explosive plays. He's averaging 5.4 yards a carry. So, and Wayne Knight is doing really good. So they've got dudes on this team. They've got wide receiver. They got a receiving core. They got a rushing offense. Marshall Thunder and Herd's defense has got to stand up at every chance. But here's the thing. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking JMU should have this game, mostly because they've been playing. They had been playing a lot better football. But it doesn't mean that Thunder and Herd should be overlooked just because they're 4-4. Marshall is a scary team. That defense is not something that you want to have to face every week. I'm looking at this. Yeah, Thunder and Herd's got an offense that's just now coming around, but JMU's offense is clicking. And I think that's where the difference is going to be. JMU's, Bob Chesney has got JMU humming. Tony Gibson has got his team where they need to be at to not look bad. Now, JMU still got App State, Washington State, and Coastal Carolina. In Coastal Carolina, you don't need to overlook this year. Thunder and Herd still got Georgia State, App State, Georgia Southern. So James Madison and Marshall both have a tough road to hoe. But this should be a really good game that most people are probably not paying attention to. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.
I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good day now.